Leading us off in dead last is the Hobgoblin. I was so excited to get this figure, mainly because I love the character and its arc in the SpiderMan retro cartoon, but unfortunately, it's kind of a letdown. Comes on the old Bucky Cap body. What I absolutely love is this insane head sculpt, man. Furrowed eyebrow and red eyes. Those of you who are talented like Vern and others can probably give it a little bit of wash and make the face look even better. And I like the way that his hood moves independently from the head. So when you tilt his head, the hood can move in motion with it. The other thing I really appreciate about it is the tattered cape. From far away, the loud primary colors look great. And if you love the Spidey retro cartoon, he's a must-have addition. However, different head sculpts, but it's the exact same figure with a slight variance to the boots, gloves, and face sculpt. Both of these face sculpts do look awesome together, and I do appreciate how the back of their hoods curl up and down respectively. Hobgoblin comes with an orange pumpkin bomb. It is translucent and you can see a pumpkin face on it, and it looks like the green ethereal smoke lifting off from it. But you know what would make this even cooler? Is if the accessory was attached part of the hand, and then it was him throwing the pumpkin bomb in motion, and you had the green ethereal smoke launched off behind it, so it looks like it does on the back of the card. Hobgoblin also comes with the same pumpkin bomb satchel as the Green Goblin does, except this one is purple instead of a magenta color. You gotta pop his head off. Also have to remove the cape in order to get the satchel on properly. It does sit nicely across the chest once the cape is off. Pop the cape back on. Then this handsome face sculpt. And the satchel sits under the cape. Looks real nice together, and I do like the way that the primary color purple contrasts with the yellow, blue, and orange. Hobgoblin does come with this really cool purple glider. Really like the front head of it with the horns and the red eyes. It is a different shape than Norman Osborn's glider, so I'm really grateful for the different aesthetic, and I also like that it does have the face sculpt carved into it, where Norman's just is a symbol. 3 minutes later, nope! Oh, dude, I thought I finally had it. So you can see I've got his knees bent, facing out forward. The right foot sits in there reasonably well. The left foot, I can basically just get the tip in, and I keep trying to push him forward, and then he wants to fall backwards a lot, right? And then this thing just topples over. Trying now to get his weight leaning forward. There we go. So that's as good as I can get it right now of him on the glider. Looks really cool though. Five is the Shocker. Yeah, buddy. This guy is great out of box and a wonderful addition to any Spidey retro collection. Shape that he has the upgraded pinless knee joint as well as elbow joint. Love the line sculpt running through his chest, and he's got his wrestling unitard. Looks just like the classic cartoon. He's so awesome. Shoulders go all the way out. Elbows go greater than 90 degrees, only hindered by the mass of his biceps. He does come with two different styles shocking gauntlets, fists or open hand, but with the Shocker, man, he absolutely needs to be posed with a fist, and the fists rotate right on the forearm as well. So you can get him in a really cool, like, fighting stance like this, or it's going to be really cool where you could twist his torso, have him throwing a punch right at Spidey's head. Everything looks great together with the brown and yellow. The silver really pops on him, as do his white eyes. Does have narrowed eye slits like he's staring you down. It's just a really cool head sculpt all the way around. He does come with two glowing orange hand effects that I guess are supposed to be shock waves. They're okay. I mean, we've seen these before. There's nothing special or unique about them. But one of the things that's really cool is because he's well built and articulates well, it looks like he can slam his fists together and create a threatening shockwave. I mean, check out how cool that looks. Shocker is really well balanced, poses well, gets into every position I've wanted to put him in with ease, and I love the way he looks with the shock effects from afar. I like this one because he's got his one arm pointing out and his other one's about to throw a punch. This is the running test. Dude, he looks great in motion, doesn't he? Shocker effects in the right hand for the super villain landing pose. Doubling up the Shocker effects when he's throwing a punch right at Ben Reilly's face. Hammerhead is awesome. Kind of feel bad putting him here at number 4. He really exceeds expectations out of the box. and shows that Hasbro is capable of making a really cool figure in a suit. I want to acknowledge and point out are the upgraded legs and feet. Pinless technology. It's a little tight, but goes all the way back. Love the way the pinstripes look and the movement in the pants. Cuff on the pants looks awesome. One of my biggest gripes about the old suit figures was they had those penny loafer shoes that didn't stand well and had no ankle movement. Check out the rock all the way back, forward nicely, and then you really have to see them side by side to appreciate the difference. The aesthetic is better, but also the posability is as well. The pimped out suit aesthetics continue all the way up into the torso. Pinstripes are on point. Love the vest underneath, just a slightly lighter color than the suit. Black shirt and red tie really pop in contrast. He gets a twist and a little bit of a tilt, but this is a hard plastic or rubber, so it is going to limit your posability with this figure. Shoulders come out nicely, double pin elbow joint, much greater than 90 degrees. For a suit figure, this is a really nice upgrade for articulation and posability. Those of you like me who really appreciate and still enjoy the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s, this head sculpt is spectacular. I love the raised eyebrow look. His head gets amazing tilt, so you can so check that out, man. In combination with the raised eyebrow, it's like you say something and then he tilts his head slowly and then he's looking at you like that. Oh my god, dude, he is so cool. Flat top is on point and I can't wait to take pictures of him running into something with it. So Hammerhead comes with 2 grip hands. I really do appreciate how they hold this bat in place. Actually looks like they were made to go together. And he also comes with 2 punching fists. However, one of the fists has brass knuckles and they have really cool carved detail to them. I'm really glad one of them has the brass knuckles. So I'm going to pose him like this with the brass knuckles on the left hand and him holding the bat in the right. One of the other things that is neat is that he articulates so well, you can actually take a picture of him kissing his brass knuckles. Poses so well, and I love the way that the brass knuckles look in combination with that bat. I really feel like Hammerhead should be rated much higher, but that's just how good the top 3 figures are. Definitely don't want him looking at me like this with his eyebrows raised and pointing a bat at my face. Hammerhead launching headfirst into Ben Reilly. Top 3 is Spider-Man Ben Reilly. I've been hunting for this figure for so long, I'm really grateful to finally have him in hand. Ben Reilly comes straight out of the card with 2 whip fists. I think it's really cool how 3 of the 5 figures are red with the Spidey webs in them. The Ben comes with are 2 fists and 2 open hands. It really would have taken this figure to the next level, Hasbro, if we could have got a web effect too. Ben Reilly has the same upgraded Spidey body as the Symbiote Spider-Man and the Spider-Man retro card from last year. What makes this figure number 3 versus 2 or 1 are the red pins on the inside of the blue. It's just jarring, and there's no need to have the Bucky cap legs at this point. They could definitely use the upgraded pinless technology here. I love how these Spidey figures come with the butterfly shoulder joints, and if you look at the paint job, it moves in unison with where his suit would move, and it's not jarring or out of place. I think that's really well done and executed. However, this Spidey shoulder is frozen, man. If you look, I can barely move it and rotate it. I don't want to mess with it because I don't want it to break, but that's a bummer for me because this should be one of the most articulatable Spidey figures that you have in your collection. Things I really do appreciate about this figure is you have an ab crunch and then a complete upper torso swivel. For a Spidey figure, you're really going to want to get him into dynamic, cool poses, and this allows you to do that. Pin at the elbow, comes all the way fully back, only hindered by the mass of his biceps. Hasbro, it is time to retire this mold and get with pinless technology, especially for these Spidey figs. Head tilt is phenomenal, man. You get it from all different angles, looks up, looks down. This is just super well articulated Spidey figure. The hand up, like he's about ready to block something, and he's punching you with his right fist. Pose. Wow, dude, he looks awesome with the red light emanating underneath him, doesn't he? So cool, wailing on the Hobgoblin. Oh my god, he's awesome. I got a Spidey fig in a crouching pose. Burberry's number 2 figure of this wave is the Iron Spider Mark I. The black suit with silver metallic shiny armor looks amazing on this upgraded Spidey body. This Spidey is complete eye candy. I love the black eyes and the shape of them in contrast to that silver chrome face mask, man. It looks so cool on him. Displays or photos, I think it's essential for a Spidey figure to have really good head tilt like this. You have really nice sculpted detail on the arms and shoulder pads, and there's even some ribbing on the black part as well, and I really love the way that the silver looks in contrast to the black. Shoulder comes all the way out, swivel at the bicep, pinless elbow joints come almost all the way back. You can get him in full thinking mode. Whenever I get one of each, I always like to pose one fist, one thwip. Where this figure really starts to shine is the torso. The Spidey symbol is really subtle on the chest, but it does stand out nicely in contrast to the silver armor. But when you flip him around and look at the Spidey symbol on the back, holy cow, does that look cool. So the front of the torso is mostly the silver chrome armor, where the back, you get the black armor, where the Spidey symbol really pops out, man. I love the contrast and difference between the two. Nice upgraded double pinless knee joint. Sometimes you could tell that whoever did the Hasbro sculpt must have really loved or appreciated the figure. Instead of just having Bucky cap legs that are painted black, you have a line gradient and then an armor gradient on the backside. This makes this figure next level for me, and I also really appreciate that the knee armor as well as the boot armor is not just a paint job, but it's actually sculpted and raised off of the leg. It makes this figure aesthetically next level. Nice ankles that rock, which make him really posable. It's into the running pose with ease. Have his whip hand out because he's about to take off in flight. I'm really digging how you can put his hand to his face, and he looks like he's deep in thought like he is in the cartoon. He's one of the best posable Marvel Legends figures I've had in a long time. Might be cheating a little bit by having Spidey up against the wall, but he does look really cool kicking Shocker straight in the throat, doesn't he? Spidey fans, especially the retro Spidey fans, have been begging for web effects for a long time. Thank you, Hasbro, for listening to us. These are really cool, but I just don't know what to do with them. This one has a little bit of concave to it, so I'm guessing I can put this on a bat, and this one is just flat, so maybe I can put someone's fist through it. Let's experiment with Hammerhead and see how these look. Hammerhead's bat, I was able to run it through the webs, and the concave nature of it actually fits on the bat okay. I think if we take a picture of Spidey where he's whipping at him, it will look like he webbed his bat up against a wall. For the second web effect, I took off Hammerhead's fist and then put the peg right through one of the openings on this web. Okay, now that's kind of cool. Quit punching yourself. Quit punching yourself. Like, that's pretty neat, man. He webbed himself to the face and then webbed his bat. His #1 figure from the Symbiote Spidey wave is, of course, Symbiote Spidey. Yes, he has the exact same body sculpt as Ben Reilly and Spidey from last year's retro wave. What makes this figure #1 for me is it is one of the all-time best Spider-Man stories ever told on film or television. The Symbiote Spidey suit brings out all his hurt and anger and pain, and he starts taking it out on his enemies. He relearns the lesson of great power equals great responsibility. If you haven't seen that arc yet, it is available on Disney+, and I highly recommend you watch it. Since we just reviewed this exact same body sculpt with Ben Reilly, let's take a look at the Spidey symbol, the paint job on it, and most importantly, have fun playing with him, taking pictures in various poses. The Symbiote Spidey symbol lines up nicely on his chest, moves well with the ab crunch and then the torso swivel. You do get a little bit of disjointedness there, but it's a fair trade-off for an all-black suit with a white symbol. Where this really shines are the butterfly shoulders on back. Check out as he moves them, the paint on the Symbiote Spidey legs moves with them, and it looks so cool from behind. Comes with the exact same accessories, 2 fists, 2 thwips, 2 palm hands. Another simple but nice touch is just the plain white stripe running across the white hands. Adds another really cool visual touch in combination with the all-black suit and the white symbiote symbol, along with his white Spidey eyes. So cool. Symbiote Spidey gets into a running pose with ease. Spidey grabs Shocker by the neck and is about ready to let out all his hate, anger, and sadness right on his face. Never been able to get an action figure into a pose crouched like this before in my life. This is so much fun, man. He's awesome. The superhero landing with ease. I'm really digging how the purple lights play off his black suit and how it shines off the white Symbiote Spidey emblem. Being honest, Hobgoblin was so disappointing. I'm really enjoying watching Spidey wail on him right now. I'm trying to do that one-hand Spidey pose you see other people doing. I have no idea what kind of black magic everyone's using. His elbow is far too weak and loose, and then his shoulder just rotates. So you can see even if I try to get him like that, he just wants to keep falling backwards to the side. Let me know your secrets in the comments below.